Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Black Cats TV. We're back. More transfer news, Mike. Can you believe it? We're not even in December yet.
Get it going already.
Exactly.
Get it going already.
Well, if everyone else is, I mean, you go on X, you go on, News Now, you go on Sunderland Echo, you go on anything. They're all talking about potential incomings and outgoings. So we may as well hop on that bandwagon and milk that cash cow and all other things that we can
There's
do.
no cash. We're milking that subscriber cow now. We've hit 3,000.
We have, hit 3,000 last night on midweek Mackem. So thank you all for doing the when we ask, doing the like and subscribe. So we'll do it now. Like this video, subscribe, hype. We're on the road to 4,000. We want to be there tomorrow. No, we're not going to do that. Just thank you for the 3,000. Really does mean a lot to us, shall we say? That's the nicest way of saying it. Before we get into our first transfer rumor, and Mike, I think you'll be happy with this one.
Ahmad.
Yeah, no, it's not Ahmad. Ahmad is in the thumbnail though because you've said it now. We both want Ahmad to come back, and we want Sunderland, as I say throughout the season, dick on table, give them the money they want, get him here. He wants to be here. So that's the reason Ahmad's in the thumbnail. But no, another player that you actually know, a complete opposite of what you think of Ahmad, a player you dislike, I would say, especially from your recent...
I don't dislike any players,
well,
unless they're in black and white.
If I said to you the name Dan Neil,
I'd say what a great player he was for us in League One.
That's fair. Okay. Well, I don't know if you're quite going to believe this, but AS Roma are being linked heavily with Dan Neil, as we can see here on sportwitness.co.uk. We always put our links on, so you can't blame us. Like we say, what was it we say? We are the weathermen. We're just reading it out. It's not our fault. We're just... So AS Roma are in the picture to sign Sunderland's Dan Neil in the winter market, according to asromalive.it. Last season, yep, that's the face of pull. The midfielder was a regular for the Black Cats and was even Reggie Lebrie's captain. He played 4,285 minutes from 48 matches and was a key part, do you disagree with that bit? Key part of the Sunderland squad that secured promotion to the top flight. The 23-year-old situation at Sunderland has changed this season. He's only had 2 minutes from 2 Premier League matches and has also made another appearance in the EFL Cup. Now, I have read a bit further on.
They sell him well. I'll give them that.
Yeah. Oh, he sounds absolutely fantastic.
I'll sign him. No.
Yeah. I was reading in another article that they've set a what do they call it? A reasonable price tag on him, I think they said, which was around the 7 million mark for him. So what were your thoughts if it were true? Because I remember
not for me, not for the club, but for Dan Neil himself, snap the hand off. Chance to go and play in at a European club, get some actual game time. 23, still young. They could develop him into an even better player.
Well, look at the likes of Scott McTominay, Billy Gilmore that have gone out there recently, players that were almost shunned in the Premier League by their clubs at the time, and then, of course, went out and are now focal points of their teams, really. Could you see Dan Neil being that for a team like Roma?
Well, yeah, I mean, despite what like my differences with Dan, I like you, Dan. Don't worry, there's nothing. It's nothing against you. No, but despite like me saying things like when he's had off games and stuff like that, he did lead the team. He has been a captain at such a young level, and he's drove a team through back-to-back promotions almost. But he's been an integral part of that. And he really has. So. Yeah, it worth the money for us, definitely. Worth it for him to get some game time. Is it true? I wait and see, but I'm not sure.
Maybe it's the director of football going back to his old club, going, tell you what, smashing player here, and sort of doing the reverse sell on them for that one. But I remember in January he was heavily linked with Everton. If you remember when we were in the middle of our promotion push there, of course. So you would expect that Everton might crop up again if they're talking about, but he has only got 6 months left on his deal, so that's probably why we've not gone mental on the fee. We've gone, if you want him now, this is reasonable, we think.
Yeah, I mean, for me, let's cash in. I mean, 7 million, I think, is more than reasonable. You know, I think I said at one point a fiver, but
Yeah, you
that
got a
might
lot
be
of hate for a fiver. So
that might
inflation
have
has
been a
gone
bit
mental.
harsh.
Yeah, yeah. Inflation has gone well mad.
But I don't see him breaking through into this team.
Mhm.
I mean, he's still a young lad, like I say. When it comes to like someone like Luke O'Nien, I don't want to see him go essentially because he's getting older. I see him part of the club more than the team and playing a bigger part there afterwards. But for Daniel, move on to pastures new. Hopefully, it does nothing but wonders for his career.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Fair, and especially with the contract situation rumbling on, I think we'd be silly not to take the little bit of money that it is back
Yeah,
for him. Of course, we were bigging up the fact we sold Watson for 10 million, who had a bigger ceiling, I thought, than Dan Neil. And to get 7 million for him with 6 months left to go, I think is still a decent amount, whoever that
good.
may
Yeah,
be, and even if it's true or not. But let
yeah.
us know what you think in the comments as well about the Dan Neil link there. We mentioned on a previous video, what was his name?
Ahmad.
Jimenez. No, not Ahmad. He's on the thumbnail again. 4 Ahmad. No, Jimenez from AC Milan. Santiago Jimenez. I forgot to mention at the time, Mexican. We've got lots of Mexican fans at Sunderland at the minute, so maybe they're sort of dipping into that market, hoping they stay around for
So it's
the following
Jimenez.
season. Yeah, it's Jimenez. So anyway, they were saying that where was it here? The Mexican international time at San Siro has been far from smooth since joining Milan from Feyenoord. They're looking to recoup the money that they spent on him. They spent around 30 million euros in January on him, and it's not worked out. They saw the deal very similar to what they've just done with a Leeds centre forward. I think it's Okafor, who went to Leeds in summer, where they didn't take a loss on him, but he's only been there a short while. They thought it wasn't working, and they had a club that was willing to go, we'll take the money. Do you know what I mean? We'll take your financial situation off your hands. A bit like us with Enzo, really. We got Enzo for the same money that Roma laid out on him, if you
I
get what I
think
mean.
we have to get him for less.
Do you think we could?
Based on he's gone there for 30 million, he's not working out. They're trying to cut their losses. We're taking all the risk there. So I think 20 million euros, 25 million euros.
We said, I think there was the rumours we were going to ask for around 23. I don't know if that was pounds or euros, though.
Yeah.
£23. That always sounds like a great deal.
Yeah.
But it mentioned
And a bag of chips.
It mentioned further on in the article that we're going to face some stiff competition from outside of England, with Fenerbahce are monitoring developments closely. The Turkish giants have already been contacted intermediaries about the potential bid and could join the race if Milan lower their asking price. We don't need them to lower their asking price. We'll just pay it because we're really rich. Of course, this link came from, let me just have a look here. It was on the back of the other one. This was courtoffside.com where it came from as well. And of course, it came from Calcimentato, whatever that is in the top right corner up there. But it says there that Gisolfi was a long-time admirer of Jimenez, especially when he played for Feyenoord. So they've tracked him for a while.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes down to his choice, I think he'd rather go to the Premier League than the Turkish leagues, right? So
Feyenoord linked with Sunderland as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like it. It is a risk if he's gone to a club and he's not performing. It's always a risk. I mean, look what's happening. I don't know what's happening, but look what's happening with the Dingra. We don't know what's quite happening there. He's not firing on all cylinders, not quite working out with the culture. I have no idea, but that's the risk you take. But
it is.
Yeah.
But the other option of looking at it is we did a similar thing with Brobby. Brobby obviously had a great time at Ajax in his past, but recently, and I know the personal issues thing that crops up there, hasn't been on his best run with Ajax. And we've sort of swooped in and sort of said, well, here you go. Here's some money for him. We'll take that risk now. We'll see if we can get a tune out of our dear old robbery, as someone called him the other night on Midweek Mackems, but Brobby. So it feels a very similar one here, that maybe if the feeling's mutual between Milan and Jimenez, that we're sort of offering to be the get out of jail card for them.
He's an out and out centre forward as well.
He is, yeah. We looked at his stats last time, but he's not a mixture of players. He is a centre forward.
Yeah.
And his stats at Feyenoord last season between August and January and left were really good. Really good goal scoring return there. It was then since he went to Milan where it's not been as good.
Yeah. He's had nine appearances and no goals so far this season. So
suits red and white better than red and black.
Yeah, it's definitely a potential. I just don't. And the only thing that worries me with things like this is, are we signing somebody who's on par with Isidore, Mayenda, Broby? Are we just signing somebody that's on par? If we're making an investment in a striker, should it be next level?
Yeah. I think if we can get this guy firing like he did at Feyenoord, I think he would be next level. And if we can, that's the same with Broby. I think Broby's better than Isidore and Mayenda. It's just we're waiting to get that out of him. And I don't mean that's a him thing. That's, as we said on Midweek Mackems the other night, that's a team thing about playing to their strengths and supplying for him. But another one that, we can potentially see more of over the next few weeks. Now, the last one that I have that I'm really interested in is
Ahmad.
Not Ahmad. It's the fifth time in the thumbnail. Now, the picture is not of who the person is that we're going to talk about here. The picture is of Granit Xhaka. But we're talking about Conor Gallagher. Sunderland could make a move for Gallagher in January, along with several other Premier League clubs. Back off. According to Sky Sports, the midfielder struggled for minutes in Spain this season. Player would be keen for more time, looking forward to the World Cup next season with Thomas Tuchel. Diarra's injured and out until December, and it says Xhaka has been excellent. That's got no relevance on it. But it does drop in here that having the likes of Gallagher to bring off the bench, why we'd bring him off the bench, he'd be starting, would have been hugely helpful with the midfield, offering similar levels of energy with quality to match. 32 appearances, 3 goals, 3 assists, successful dribbles 17, duels won 110, recoveries 107. So he is a sort of Siddiqui model centre mid, I would say, but can also crop up with goals and assists. If you remember his time at Crystal Palace, he was a bit more advanced in sort of getting involved in the attack, and has played in the Premier League before, which is a bonus for us, not coming into a new division and having to adjust.
And a goal in the Champions League.
And a goal in the Champions League as well. The 25-year-old joined Atletico Madrid in a deal around 33 million. So I do think they'd be looking for probably most of that back, because he's still very young, still an England international just about. It would probably be our record transfer if we did go in and if we did manage to pull it off there. But for me, it's a test the waters, see what you can get. We all thought at the start of the season we were never going to get Xhaka, and look at us now.
Who if he's not off the bench, who's he going for? Who do you take out?
At the moment,
Xhaka, technically Diarra, and Lafay. You've got all these options in that midfield.
You get them to fight it out.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're thinking in our heads, of course, that we need a bit of a rotation in the midfield, because once you lose one of them, whether it be injury, suspension, or anything like that, one of you lose those, because we lost one already for half the season. Our next option was Rig. Our next option was Dan Neil. We look a bit thinner on the ground. We also say that Xhaka is not getting any younger, although he shows no signs of slowing down at 33. However, they might be looking into this signing as this is the one that when Xhaka goes in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whenever he goes, this is the one that we got in early, got in amongst the team. Or even potentially, as we do with the model, is we sell him on for more to somebody else and we look for who's around at that time. As we said last night, the Xhaka signing completely changed the look of the club from the outside.
Yeah.
So you never know.
I like the idea of Conor Gallagher. I think he's got lots and lots of potential still. He's, like you say, he's young. He's only 25.
Yeah.
It's a bigger money signing. It's what I want to see from the club. If we're signing anyone in January, I want to see bigger statement signings.
I want to see one or two for big investments, not
but I want to see 10. I want to see this statement signing either on the wings or up front. I just feel, as much as I'd love to have him in there, I feel right now I wouldn't want to see Siddiqui drop to the bench. I wouldn't want to see Xhaka drop to the bench. Both of them are solid, and that's not even including Diarra, our record signing, who's been injured when he comes back. It's not a case of squad depth. He's not the kind of player you buy for squad depth.
But it would be if we qualified for the Champions League, like you often say.
Yeah, well, when that happens, then we'll have to invest a little bit more.
Then he cost us more. We'd be paying a premium on him at that point. And we're forgetting as well, of course, he is, I'm going to make this up here, but he's best mates with Reinildo. So Agent Reinildo could sweet talk him into joining us.
the player factor has to be a big issue there. You're asking him to come from Atletico
red and white
back to the Premier League.
Loves red and white.
In a club that's only just been promoted.
So we could say that about most of the players we bought this season.
And he is getting game time at Atletico, so it's a difficult.
He's coming off the bench this season more often than not, isn't he? Though.
Yeah, well, that's what we'd be signing him for, right? If it's
according to that article, according to that one. But so those are the ones that we've heard of at the moment. So in the comments, I think let us know what you think of any of those signings. If you've heard any different, if you would say, is there anyone that you wish we were going for? It's probably a good one as well. Go on,
Ahmad.
Yeah, Ahmad. Yeah. Of course, why not? But yeah, so Mike, do you want to say goodbye to everyone before we inevitably drop another transfer video next week on Ahmad and somebody else?
Yeah, definitely. It's how many days can we go without an Ahmad rumor? That would be a good one to have a little clock ticking in the corner, maybe. Thanks for joining us. Please keep us informed. We try and pass on any messages we get, like when it comes to transfer news and stuff like that, in all the channels that we've got our fingers into. But if you hear of something, by all means, please get in touch with the channel. The email's at the top there, blackcatstv1973@gmail.com. So feel free to post some news through for the Sunderland weathermen to read out on your behalf. And don't forget, subscribe. We're not that far away from 4,000, only 1,000 people. So make sure you hit subscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. Please subscribe, all that lovely stuff. And we'll see you in the next video. So goodbye now.